Suggested by guys. Ban food. Sorry. Ban and controversial food. Here we go.
Hey Majors, so I'd like to start off with a little biology lesson. When a species finds itself living on an island, it
Sorry. Oh, it's a very cute drawing.
can start to evolve in strange ways based on the different pressures applied by the new environment. This is called island syndrome, and while it can manifest in a lot of ways, the biggest driving force is often a lack of predators. For example, the dodo lost its ability to fly since there was nothing to flee from.
The dodo. I've seen seen some video talking about this, but before they went extinct because they are easy to hunt, right guys? Because they can't fly anymore and
The saint killed a
humans just
field
eat
mouse
them
got
all.
twice as big since it no longer had to hide. And with no one around to bully them, the Sardinians started putting maggots in their cheese.
What? Maggots in cheese? Why maggots? Cheese. Ooh, what the fuck? I just realized. It's maggots. Ooh.
Meet Kazumartsu, literal translation, rotten cheese. It's made by taking a perfectly good wheel of pecorino and letting a special type of fly lay eggs in it. The fly babies then work to partially digest the cheese, rendering it goopy and wet and maybe quite tasty and worm-filled. Now, cheese as a concept is already quite suspect. It's clotted milk that you fill with bacteria and mold and let sit for a while. But cheese is safe and delicious. Cheese is my friend. I trust cheese. So my guard would be
I
down
love
around
cheese, but not
Kazumatsu.
maggot
I've learned
cheese,
to
I'm
look
sorry.
past a cheese's childhood. Strange upbringings are what give them their character. But it turns out, those maggots are still alive. And if you don't chew well enough, they can cause enteric myiasis, which is a fancy term for fly larvae living in your intestines. Symptoms are similar to food poisoning, except with the added psychic pain of knowing that, again, your bowels are full of
What? Why would you eat that?
quickly new
Why?
friends. It's for this reason that Kazumartsu is banned in the EU and elsewhere. A black market still exists, which is wild, and it's not
Black
a small
market
one. In
sell
2019,
them?
the illicit Kazumartsu
Estimated turnover is around 2 or 3 million euro. What the fuck? Yeah, maggots, guys. No, what the fuck?
trade was
Why would you
estimated
eat
to
that?
be worth 2 to 3 million euros annually. Personally, I would just do it prohibition style, like definitely don't put these fly eggs on this sumptuous wheel of pecorino. But if you do, you absolutely shouldn't keep it warm and damp for a week. But although it's traditional to leave the larvae alive when you eat your mag and cheese, some consumers still prefer them dead, shockingly. In that case, one puts the cheese in a sealed bag, and when the maggots run out of oxygen, they writhe around and fling themselves all over the place. This is heard as a distinct pitter-patter against the walls of the bag, and when the sound stops, the contents are ready to eat, like popcorn. Shark fin soup is one most of us have heard about already, mostly in reference to its effect on shark populations.
Yeah, okay. This Chinese famous dish, yiqi, alright, Cantonese. It's served to like upper class people, guys, okay?
And the
It's very
wastefulness that goes
expensive.
into making it. Until recently, though, I never looked into the nature of the dish itself. I figured, right, the fins are just the only part of the shark worth eating. Big whoop.
maybe
It's
there's,
probably
like,
not much different
different
from like swordfish.
dish.
Apparently, though, I had it backwards. Shark fins aren't even meat. They're made almost entirely of cartilage and collagen. They are the
Yeah.
last part we should be eating. That's why it's only made into soup, because without
Yeah, 鲍鱼汤, yeah.
being soaked in broth, it has
Shark
zero
fin
flavor or
soup.
nutritional value on its own. Their only redeeming quality is their unique mouthfeel due to how stringily the collagen grows in structures
do
called
not like this dish at
ceratotrichia.
all,
The texture
guys.
has been described as somewhere between chewy and crunchy, which I find describes most things, actually. Other adjectives present on Wikipedia
It's just
include
not my-
snappy,
yeah.
gelatinous, and sinewy. The exact sensation of eating this substance remains a mystery to me, and the unintended side effect of all this research is that I now really want to try it. Like,
Okay, it is good for you guys, alright? For your body, it's good because of collagen. So that's why it's expensive. But it has a weird texture to it. I just not a big fan of that. Overall, it's a nice dish, but why would you eat that? When you can eat other stuff? Huh?
it's a big trade. I've got to be the one that's wrong. There is imitation shark fin soup available, but I've already decided that it's not nearly as good. So I've come up with a compromise to this controversy.
Yeah, I didn't like it at all. Like, I think you can replace that dish to other stuff. You know, bird nest soup. Yeah, bird nest soup. You don't really like have to hurt the animals. Alright, it's it's a bird saliva, but it's good for your body. For some reason, this is good for your body. So yeah,
Everyone
why
on
not
Earth
just
gets
eat that?
one bite. Say there's 10
Since
bites
it's
to a
upper
fin,
class
4
dish.
fins to a shark, 200 million sharks die, sure, a necessary casualty, but then we can end the practice forever. All done. You can finally rest, Mr. Ming. Come here, baby. Aw. Aki. What? Aki. Where? Aki. The aki is a fruit originally from West Africa, which is most commonly associated with Jamaican cuisine, where it appears in such dishes as aki and saltfish. These alien kidneys here are called the arils, and they're the only part of the fruit that's actually eaten. Their flavor is on the savory side, being described as kinda nutty or bean-like. What makes the aki controversial, though, is the
Nutty?
effects it can cause when prepared improperly. If the arils are allowed to completely ripen, they're harmless, but if you eat them too early, or don't thoroughly clean off all the non-aril stuff, they can cause Jamaican vomiting sickness.
Ooh.
This disease doesn't sound real. It sounds like it belongs next to Eastern sweats and Tangerian bone grindings, but that's actually an
What
official
is-
term,
what are
and as for
those names?
symptoms, it does what it says on the tin. Plus maybe death. While aki-based products aren't outright illegal in the United States, they are very tightly regulated, and the raw fruit itself cannot be imported. So if you're American and want to try it, your options are fully cooked canned aki or going to Florida where a few people grow it domestically. Next we have bird's nest soup. This is another one that I've vaguely heard of, and for years I just assumed the name was a playful
Like he lists 4 dish and 2 of them is Chinese food, guys. Again, bird nest soup is good for you. Alright, it's just
metaphor,
saying.
like ants on a log or shit on a shingle. Turns out, nope, this dish contains an actual bird nest. Not like a pile of twigs like I was
No,
picturing,
it's
but rather a
cleaned.
specific type of nest only made by certain species of swiftlets. These
Yes.
nests are mostly made out of mucins, which are a set of proteins that, among other things, serve to thicken all those wonderful secretions our bodies make. There's a little bit in human saliva,
Yeah, I
a little
wouldn't
bit
say-
more in
it is-
mucus, and in swiftlets
I know it sounds terrible, but it actually tastes nice. It's like jelly, and it's good for your body.
saliva. Look out, pal. So all the swiftlet does is it finds a nice wall, starts
But
laying out fat strings of slobber, which dry, and eventually she's got a nice place to
I
root.
know, like it looks bad, but yeah. Oh my gosh.
That is, right up until some gourmand says, "Ugh, today I crave
Yeah, I
bird
wonder
spit."
how the fuck do they how do they invent this dish? Do they like, oh my god, there's a bird nest, let's boil it. Oh my god, yum yum.
You can keep the eggs though. And they then reconstitute it back into
Yeah, you can keep the eggs, but you know, I need your nest, not your eggs. But oh my god, that's so funny.
its original gelatinous texture. Unfortunately, these nests can't enter the US since, believe it or not, eating bird saliva is a great way to catch bird flu. And now the time has come to speak of the ortolan. The ortolan is a kind of bunting, which is a
That's
sort
so
of
funny.
passerine, which is a type of bird.
Don't tell me another
Like
Chinese
many animals,
dish,
they have
please.
a long history of being eaten by the French. But what separates the
French,
ortolan
okay.
from your average squab or pheasant is the unique way in which it is prepared and eaten. They're typically caught with nets and kept in the dark, which causes them to overeat for some reason.
Oh.
Once it's about twice as fat, the
Oh.
entire bird is then thrown into a container of brandy, alive, and sealed in. While this serves to marinate the creature, it also drowns in the process, thereby killing one bird with no stones. The ortolan is then roasted, plucked, and presented whole to the consumer, who inserts the carcass into their mouth, feet first. As they chew, one hand continues holding the bird's head, while the other picks out the larger bones. This whole ritual is usually performed with a towel or
Ritual? Ew. Oh my god, I thought the Chinese is crazy, but what the fuck is this?
large napkin over one's head. There's a few explanations for the
Oh,
purpose
there's a picture for that? Ah, nah. What the
of
fuck?
the towel. Some say it's just there to keep the aromas in, while others say it's there to, quote, shield from God's eyes the shame of such a decadent and disgraceful act. Yeah, this one I'm okay with not trying, actually.
Ugh.
Notable fans of this dish include, not joking, Bill Cosby and the guy who invented the lobotomy. To be part of that social club. Our mission is to eat birds whole and then make people not remember things. Killing ortolans was banned across the EU in 2007. Not for any
Yes,
ethical
please.
reason, but because French people did this so much that the entire ortolan population was threatened.
I thought they did it, you know, like they banned it because it's inhuman act, but wow, okay, because they ate too much, what the fuck?
Thankfully, as of 2018, their conservation status is under least concern, so hopefully the French can get back to it soon. Anyway, that's all I have for
No,
today.
please, please, don't do that. Nah, ooh. Alright, interesting video. I have never seen your video before. It's recommended by chat. I'm traumatized now. Especially the last one, what the fuck? Ugh, yeah, this fuck up. But in maggots? Ooh, okay. Are sharks endangered? I don't think so. But I think like when I was a kid, I heard about news from my mom and dad saying like China eats so much shark fins that they are kind of, you know, They have to stop doing that for some time or something. It's China, but I'm not sure. I was a kid, guys. So maybe in some time before, yes. Yeah. Interesting video. It's a short video, but educational, educational video, guys. Oh my god.